Wild swimming, it's invigorating, healthy, exciting and refreshing weather on a hot summer's afternoon or a bracing winter morning. There's no better place to take the plunge than Cornwall. We are surrounded by sea, after all. But what about the other spots to indulge in a natural dip, such as the county's tidal pools, waterfalls, quarries, hidden coves and outdoor pools? There are both freshwater and saltwater swimming venues across Cornwall that will get you donning the goggles. Remember to be safe. If you're going solo, let someone know where you are. Be careful jumping or diving, as you may not know what's under the surface. Be wary of currents and weeds that could untangle your legs. Make sure you're not on private property and, most importantly, be mindful if you're taking the kids. 51 of the best beaches in Cornwall you must visit this summer. Here are just a few spots we'd recommend for new or experienced wild swimmers. Old Iggins Quarry, Minions, Bodmin Moor. Hidden in a small grassy amphitheater, this crystal-clear quarry lake on the moor is perfect place to become one with nature. It's about a 25-minute walk from the Hurlers car park, but it's worth it as due to its gentle shallows, it's perfect for kids who will also love the waterfall. With its proliferation of wildflowers, it's as an idyllic spot as is possible to find in Cornwall. At the Falls, near Laskeard. The National Nature Reserve, which is managed by English Nature, is a series of spectacular cascades and waterfalls in ancient woodland along the River Fowey. You can find a plunge pool at the bottom, which is ideal for swimming. Be careful not to slip on the rocks, though. A car park and toilet are accessible, and there's the added bonus now of top street food from the rather excellent Inky's Smokehouse. The 38 Cornwall summer events promising to be heaven for any foodie. Butesea Pool. The wondrous sea pool in Bute. Here's what Red Bull had to say about it. Managed by the local charity of the Friends of Butesea Pool, this venue is free and visited by thousands of people every year. Pool is a semi-natural amenity that has provided safe bathing since the 1930s. It is 91 meters long and 45 meters wide and created in a conservation area to shelter the swimmers from the occasionally rough Atlantic Ocean. The pool is open 24/7. Just once a year it is closed to be cleaned of algae. The best time to swim in the pool is during low tide. Lifeguards are on duty during peak times. St. Nectan's Cave, Tintagel. This is a spectacular 60-feet waterfall that can be found through a hole in the rocks. It's accompanied by 2 additional waterfalls and a beautiful woodland walk. It falls into a high basin, flows through a circular hole and drops into a small plunge pool. The river cascades over the rock, a beautiful fall of water, into St. Nectan's Cave. Crystal clear water, and this deep rock basin overflows through a spectacular hole eroded through the rock. The river then continues over another waterfall, which takes it to the valley's lower level. A stunning spot. Jubilee Pool, Penzance. Bathing bells. Enjoying a swim at Jubilee Pool in Penzance, the most famous outdoor pool in Cornwall, reopened for the summer season at the end of May. More than 40,000 people enjoyed a dip in the impressive Art Deco pool last summer. Organizers want to raise cash to heat a section of the pool to 35°C, allowing it to stay open all year round from next summer. Chapel Rock. Perranporth. Visitors to Perranporth Beach have long enjoyed Chapel Rock, the natural open-air pool which is filled with seawater at high tide and warmed by the sun during the day. You can't miss it at the heart of the 3-mile stretch of sand. Lansallows Cove, Fowey. This is a perfect family cove with a wonderful smuggler's passage hewn from rocks. It's a short walk past the church down a pretty fern-lined, wooded combe from the charming National Trust hamlet and campsite. The farm in the tiny village serves excellent organic cream teas. Porthtowan Tidal Pool, St. Agnes. This is a beautiful secluded tidal pool set among the cliffs, 300 meters to the northeast of the main beach. At low tide you can walk along the sands to Chapel Porth. Pedn Vounder Sands. For many people, this is the best beach in Cornwall. It's set among the imposing cliffs of Tarantinas, with Logan's Rock on one side and the Minnock Theatre on the other. It's a bit of a trek down the steep cliff path, but it's worth it for the beautifully clear water and sandy beach. You can also reach it at low tide from neighboring Porthgenna Beach, but careful you don't get cut off. Portreath tidal baths. There are a number of places to take a dip in Portreath. A small tidal pool can be found up against the harbour wall that was supposedly blown out using dynamite borrowed from the local mine workings. There are also 6 smaller bath-shaped pools to the left of the beach that were carved out in the 19th century. Another secret bath is said to be inside a cave and accessed by a small ladder. Damer Bay. The charming 15th-century St. Denis Dock Church, much loved by poet laureate John Betjeman, lies in the dunes behind Reesbrun Bridge, River, Fowey, Bodmin. This wooded National Trust area is something out of a fairy tale book of old, it's that magical. You can have fun swimming against the current, fish from wooden bankside deckings in a shingle beach area. The water is 1.5 meters deep in some places. 23 castles and ancient sites to visit for unique days out in Cornwall. Baker's Pit, Nancledra. The former China clay pit houses a spring-fed lake with ruins of old mining works, so you can strip off and pretend you're Ross Poldark. After a dip you can walk over the moor to find the fascinating Chichester ancient village. Polperro bathing pool. Although man-made, Polperro's offering looks like a giant rock pool. It's perfect for a swim as long as you don't mind seaweed, starfish and crabs sharing the water. Little ones might struggle as the cliff steps approaching the pool are steep. The rock pool, Trearnan Bay. Between Constantine Bay and Trearnan Bay there is a tidal pool in the rocks. A long wall of concrete has been built to maintain the water level inside the natural rock pool throughout the tide. Porthair's Cove. Located on one of the wildest stretches of Cornish coast between Pendeen and Morva, Porthair's isn't that easy to find. Owned by the Duchy of Cornwall, it's a beautiful sandy cove with sheer cliffs at the northern end. Worth the search for a wild swim away from the masses.